night in the lab. Silver words are falling from a future we can't grab. Our voices through the static, sharp as laser, simple, true. Why not P? Because P is impossible. Oh, the room goes blue. There are laws in course, there are doors that open, there are cancelled ports. But deeper in the mirror where the symbols shine, there's a border in the darkness, there's a final sign. You can call it fiction, you can call it real. Still the pulse of contradiction is a thing we feel. Not a void of silence, not a place where nothing's found. There are shapes in the impossible structure underground. You say stop the music, say the question's out of place, but the question keeps on dancing with a stranger's face. If the night can frame the answer, if the answer cuts us through, then the impossible is talking to. Explanation possible, glitter in the wire, high above the causal smoke, higher than desire. Tim goes back to 85 with murder in his eyes, but Tim shoots and fails beneath electric skies. Explanation impossible, rhythm of the law. If he wins, he loses, that's the paradox we saw. He would make it, so he never lived to make the try. So he fails because it is impossible to succeed tonight. He trained his whole life for it, documents and plans, a perfect shot designed by unforgiving hands. Grandfather walking daylight, Tim steps from the chrome. A future in the trigger, but the bullet won't go home. Maybe it's a jammed gun, maybe it's a change of heart, maybe some commonplace little accident plays its part. But underneath the low road, underneath the scene, there's a higher explanation burning cold and clean. Law of non-contradiction, like a red forbidden line. If he makes the kill, then he erases his own time. And he never made the journey, never aimed and never fired. A success that kills itself in fire. Explanation impossible, glitter in the wire, high above the causal smoke, higher than desire. He would bring it about that he was never born at all, and the echo from tomorrow says he cannot let it fall. Explanation impossible, ring around the night, not the end of meaning, but a different kind of light. There are worlds beyond the border, there are shadows in the frame, and the laws of logic keep them from the flame. They say explanation lives and dies by counterfactual dependence. Like every why must cache itself in one clean line of evidence. But if the antecedent's broken, if the premise can't exist, do we lose the beat forever in the metaphysic mist? No, widen up the dance floor, let impossible worlds in. Closest ones with one true contradiction on the skin. Not a free-for-all of madness, not a trivial collapse, just a map of darker neighborhoods between the glowing gaps. Closer than a dead world, closer than a sky erased, closer than a universe with every law displaced. We can feel the distance shifting, we can hear the measures turn in the heat of what can't happen. Still we learn. They say every Y is contrast, why P and not Q? And if not P can't happen, then the question won't go through. But I've seen impossible silhouettes against the laser walls. still. Just don't call it silence. Just don't call it done. There are reasons in the midnight. There are many under one. You can be a realist, you can quantify and doubt. Still the pulse of explanation never flickers out. Explanation impossible. Hold me in the glow. Why this world stays possible. Why some roads never show. No, it isn't the end of meaning. No, it isn't just goodbye. It's a high level answer to a high level why. Explanation impossible. Since against the dawn. What matters for our purposes. The rhythm carries on. From the question to the crisis to the border and release. In the structure taught beyond deceiving paradox finds peace. Why not be? Because the lights say no. Because the laws say no. Because if yes, then no. Explanation impossible. And the disco still goes on.